Alright, what is going on, guys? It's Apollo1, and today we are back with another video. This time, something pretty interesting. Today we're going to be taking a look at Infinite Warfare material that, I don't know how many people have actually covered this, but I thought it was important and I wanted to talk about it because it really did get me kind of interested and hyped and already has made a connection, for me at least, with the Infinite Warfare campaign. So, this article is by Game Informer, and if you haven't already heard, a lot of information has come out through Game Informer because, I believe it was like their last month's cover was Infinite Warfare, and we got like a good image of a whole bunch of soldiers and weapons they were using, and that was really big news. Now they're coming out with more information and kind of giving us a brief look at our team in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare campaign. So let's go ahead and dive in and take a look at several main characters, main soldiers that we're going to follow throughout the entire storyline. They're going to play major roles and get a first glimpse at what is going on here. So first off, I'm going to be reading, I want to say that I'm basically going to be reading from the Game Informer article. So if you want to read along with me, or if you just want to check it out, I'll link it down in the description below. That's where I'm getting all my information. Like I said, I'm basically going to be reading, and I'm going to be putting up what I'm reading on screen so you can just watch it from there. But first things first, it says, the crew aboard your capital starship Retribution is diverse and varied, hailing from many different nations and backgrounds. You interact with these personalities from mission to mission after completing a main story task or side mission, and see the world change around. As Captain Reyes, you also have a much closer bond with some of your immediate squad mates. Here are some of the major players that you get to know as you attempt to push back the looming threat of the settlement defense front. Now, before we go any further, I want to point out a couple main details here. One, the Retribution is the starship or your ship that you're going to be mainly, like, I guess, on most of the time. Now, I don't know, it says starship, so I believe this is a craft that is only used in space. I don't know, but I'm kind of assuming that a lot of this action is going to be on Earth, like on planet Earth, so I don't know if this starship, the Retribution, can like take us, you know, let's say we're in the United States, if it can fly from the United States to Russia, where we have to fight other enemies. So I don't know exactly how that works, but it looks like the Retribution plays a huge part in this game and that we're going to be on it for a large amount of time in this campaign. The second thing is the settlement defense front is our main enemy. That is the group that we're fighting against, and then Captain Reyes is who we are playing as. So first up, Lieutenant Reyes. That's the first guy we're going to be taking a look at. So you play as Lieutenant Reyes during the campaign, so you view the events unfolding from his perspective. As a lieutenant in Special Combat Air Recon, or SCARS, you are quickly moved into a position of leadership as the captain of the Retribution. So obviously he's made his way up through the ranks very quickly because of something happened where he has to kind of be promoted quickly, and he is the guy we're playing as, and he is the one that is the captain of the starship Retribution. As a leader, you are forced to make decisions for the good of the mission and not necessarily the same choices you would have made as a soldier. Your role as a captain differs from the traditional distant command role from the flight deck or headquarters, as the importance of the mission at hand call for every ounce of your skill to be used on the ground and in space alongside the rest of your specialized team. In this Call of Duty, you are not just a grunt following orders or listening to the bellowing commands of your squad leader. You are the one issuing them. So that's a big change in this Call of Duty. We're actually going to be making the decisions that maybe change the storyline of this game. So I don't know, because of that, because we are issuing these commands and we're like the head honcho here in this game, which is a huge turn. We've never had that really in previous Call of Duties. We kind of just like follow along and follow whatever we're told. I don't know if that's going to mean that there's going to be several different outcomes or endings to this game, and that you can play it several times over with having different outcomes. So I don't know, that's going to be pretty interesting. The next one, we have Admiral Reigns. Now, Reigns is the mentor of our protagonist, Lieutenant Reyes. No stranger to harder choices in the position of command, Reigns again provides some valuable insight and advice to Reyes during his swift transition to the ranks of command. Reigns isn't often seen on the battlefield with a weapon in hand. That all goes out the window when Reigns and many other senior commanders from around the world are shoved into combat when the settlement defense front attacks the annual Fleet Week parade in Geneva, Switzerland. Reigns is no stranger to the tough choices that Reyes will face as the leader of the Retribution. So that's pretty interesting. And then the next guy we have is Sergeant Omar. Here's a picture of him as well. Now, Sergeant Omar leads the Marines aboard the Retribution and is a grizzled combat veteran. This no-nonsense, hard demeanor is a bit of a cliche, but he's all about getting the job done and getting it done right. With whatever tools are available, Omar butts heads with Reyes, person we play as they don't always see eye to eye in every situation. But there's no one else that you'd want having your back. Tough as nails, themselves and pragmatic, Omar gets things done. In addition to being a hard-headed soldier, Omar has a personal vendetta against the SDF. His family has suffered at their hands. So this character is probably a very, I don't want to say emotional, but very intense character, and I can see him being a really good character and someone that will probably have a bond with. The next one is Lieutenant Salter. Now she, as a lieutenant alongside Reyes in Scars, Salter and Reyes have an unbreakable bond. Salter has some trouble adjusting to Reyes' new command position, as they've often plodded on through whatever mission was in front of them as equals. That tension doesn't change the relationship, but it does add a bit of a challenge as they interact throughout the game. Salter is an action-first, fill-out paperwork later soldier and can make risky or off-script choices if she thinks that's the right way, or the only way to get things done. So this character is probably going to be very spontaneous and probably spice the game up a lot. She's probably going to be a very make things interesting throughout the campaign kind of character. And for the final person that they want us to get to know, the title of this character is ETH.3N. Now what does that mean? Well, that means Enhanced Tactical Humanoid Third Revision. So I'm probably just going to name him Bob or Jim or something to make it easy, but this character is built to be the perfect soldier and is a one-of-a-kind item. ETH is stronger, faster, and tougher than any other human, and he comes with programs that allow him to emulate human empathy. A mixture of humor and intelligence allows ETH to attempt to bond with human soldiers, much like real troops would be on the battlefield. And although he initially finds himself an outcast, especially among Omar's hard-nosed Marines, ETH's value to the squad is almost unquestionable. So that's pretty much it, guys. We got to know a couple of characters that are going to be major people throughout this game, and it kind of like it's not much information, but it kind of got me excited for this game, so I am really looking forward to this campaign. I'm not going to be, you know, super judgmental like everybody else seems to be on this campaign. I'm looking forward to it, and I think they put together a good game for us. I don't think they're going to disappoint, so I guess we'll just have to see what comes as we get more information. But anyways, guys, hopefully you did enjoy today's video. If we could shoot for 50 likes on today's video, that would be awesome. It would make my day. Also, if you could subscribe, that would be awesome as well. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. So anyways, guys, hopefully you're having a fantastic day, and I will talk to you later.